IRTSA, the Indian Railways Technical Supervisors Association, was formed in 1965. Prior to the formation of IRTSA, there was no platform or organization to represent this vital middle management category of technical supervisors on the Indian Railways. Under many hardships, it was necessitated to establish one exclusive forum for echoing the voice of the supervising engineers. On 1st November 1965, an initiative was taken by a group of apprentice mechanics of Northern Railway at Lucknow to form an association to represent the category at various levels. A mass meeting of apprentice mechanics and ex-apprentice mechanics posted at Lucknow was called on 13th November 1965 to build up a consensus on the issue. Engineer Harchandan Singh, at that time a third-year apprentice mechanic of Northern Railway at Lucknow, was asked to take the lead to form an all-India organization.
Dear brother engineers, it gives me great pleasure to address you on this occasion when we are celebrating the Golden Jubilee of IRTSA. At the outset, I congratulate you all on this happy occasion. IRTSA has had a glorious past, a glorious history over the last 50 years, a history of achievements and history of struggle. It's only through struggle that we have been able to achieve, and it will always be through a consistent struggle with conviction that we shall be able to achieve our outstanding aspirations and demands. The 12 of us from different zonal railways and production units decided to form an association of apprentice mechanics and ex-apprentice mechanics, and that was the beginning of the great struggle. Making a humble beginning in 1965 with the 12 of us, the association has spread during the last 50 years to all parts of the country, and majority of the technical supervisors are members of thereof and actively participated in the struggle during these 50 years. These 50 glorious years meant a struggle with conviction, meant a struggle with consistency, and I am happy today that in these 50 years IRTSA has achieved a lot.
Counterparts of various railways were contacted, and representatives from all railways and production units were called for a meeting at a very short notice at ICF Chennai in the last week of November 1965. It was unanimously decided to form an association on 27 November 1965 in that meeting at Chennai. Engineer Harchandan Singh was elected as its General Secretary. The association was initially named as Indian Railways Apprentice Mechanics and Ex-Apprentice Mechanics Association. Within a year, the name of the association was changed to Indian Railways Technical Supervisors Association in a historic All India conference held at New Delhi on 27 November 1966. The conference was largely attended and widely publicized in the media. IRTSA was registered at Delhi under Indian Trade Union Act on 14th August 1968. The association worked in coordination with Indian Railways Foremen Association, which was formed in 1964 and was finally merged with IRTSA in August 1970 during the All India Joint Convention held at Ajmer. IRTSA has made remarkable achievements in the last 50 years through its continuous struggle for the betterment of technical supervisors and railway men at large during this period. All sections of the technical supervisors have joined IRTSA in large numbers, including those from mechanical, electrical, civil engineering, S&T, chemical and metallurgical, PCO, drawing, design, stores and IT departments in the workshops, production units, powerhouses, sheds and open line depots, etc. Almost all the technical supervisors are members of IRTSA.
When Vanchu Committee in 1969 recommended the recognition of the Indian Railway Supervisor Association, the proposal was sent to the Railway Board and Mr. Ganguly, the then CRB, put it in his noting that IRTSA is pivot to the railway system and hence he recommended for the recognition. And the proposal was sent to the government. The delegates headed by Harchandan Singh met the then Prime Minister Indira Gandhi and pursued the issue, but still it is not achieved. But we are proud, though we did not get the official recognition so far. We are unofficially recognized by the administration and fully recognized by its members and fellow unions.
IRTSA had not affiliated itself to any union or federation at any stage, even though continuously striving for better industrial relations at all levels. IRTSA developed better industrial relations between technical supervisors and railway administration, reducing victimization of rail engineers and improving productivity. IRTSA developed better understanding between technical supervisors, workers and the unions to avoid day-to-day conflicts, thus further improving the productivity. IRTSA developed greater awareness about the problems of technical supervisors amongst recognized federations and unions and got their support to resolve many issues at national and local levels through struggle and collective efforts. Presidents and General Secretaries of IRTSA. Engineer Francis Vijay Mohan, President IRTSA, 1965 to 1966. Engineer S.C. Gupta, President IRTSA, 1966 to 1977. Engineer J.N. Rao, President IRTSA, 1977 to 1979. Engineer K.N. Kundu, President IRTSA, 1979 to 1996. Engineer M. Shanmugam, President IRTSA, 1996 to date. Engineer J.C. Sindhi, General Secretary IRTSA, 1970 to 1974. Engineer A.C. Bhattacharya, General Secretary IRTSA, 1977 to 1979. Engineer Harchandan Singh, General Secretary IRTSA, 1965 to 1970, 1974 to 1977, 1979 to date. Engineer Harchandan Singh has been serving this mighty organization as General Secretary for about 44 years. Over the years, the vision and innovative thinking of Engineer M. Shanmugam motivated the rail engineers to join the struggle with great enthusiasm. IRTSA, to raise their voice and spread their thoughts to its members all across the nation, published their first official journal in 1967, which gained wide reception among all the members of IRFA and IRTSA. Shri V.V. Giri, the then Vice President of India, sent his goodwill message for the success of the Rail Supervisor. Official Journal of IRTSA, the Rail Supervisor, was then renamed as Voice of Rail Engineer.
IRTSA, with the change of times, also developed other areas of communication, not only through circulars and letters, but also through the website of IRTSA, which is one of the very strong arm of IRTSA, having a continuous interaction and projection of the IRTSA activities at the national and international level. Besides, the development of the Facebook, social media has helped the formation of the IRTSA groups in various zones as well as the central level for a continuous flow of information to the individual members as well as an interaction with the central leadership of the members at the local level. Once the IRTSA was formed, the unions as well as the federations knew that this was an important ally of the railwaymen, and the railwaymen struggle was mutually considered as vital with the cooperation of the federations as well as the IRTSA. In fact, the service conditions and the pay scales as well as the avenues of promotion prior to the formation of IRTSA were extremely bad. The category had been split in 6 pay scales traditionally. Finally, after the representations by IRTSA to the Railway Board, the pay scales were reduced and merged from 6 to 5 in late 60s. Then onwards, the third pay commission, after giving a very detailed hearing to IRTSA, reduced the number of pay scales to only 6 as well as restored the pre-1931 relativity of the apex scale of the technical supervisors.
Gentlemen, it is a very hard task of the association fighting for several years to achieve the following achievements. For example, after the Mumbai Tribunal, where we presented a lot of data to the tribunal, we got the superintendent allowance, we got recommended the Mestris upgraded as chargement to the tune of more than 27,000, and today that pays the result after the restructuring 67%, means the total of 67% because of the addition of the 28,000, which was the achievement of 1969, is helping us today. Similarly, in the third pay commission, when the third pay commission recommended only 380 basic for the JEs, we got it done by 425, a privileged pay scale. Similarly, for the SSCs, 840-1040, which is the highest among the Group C, even more than the Group B pay scale, Group A pay scale. But in the fourth pay commission, we were able to only retain the corresponding pay scale with the correct multiplying factor and retain the supremacy of the pay scale in the fourth pay commission, as well as grant of first class pass to all of these junior engineers, which is of course achieved, but the grant of gazetted status is not accepted in spite of we have won the case in 1989 at Delhi for grant of Group B status to the engineers. In spite of that, though all pay commissions have recommended, though all the committees, authorized committees have recommended the recognition, and as well as the gazetted senior section engineers and junior engineers, the government is not yet conceded, and we have again pushed to go to the court for pursuit of the demand.
Some results came through the stream of representations and personal persuasions. But as the administration did not accept many of the just demands of the category, in spite of representations at various levels as mentioned above, the IRTSA had to resort to agitations all the past 50 years, including holding several demonstrations, dharnas, gate meetings, relay fasts, hunger strikes, rallies, processions, candlelight processions at local, divisional, zonal levels, and at Delhi, Rajpath, India Gate, Railway Board, Jantar Mantar and Ram Leela grounds, PM, MOF and MOR offices and residences, etc. IRTSA resorted to work to rule twice at national level, with serious impact on train services, and resulted in conceding of some long pending demands. In spite of victimization, the struggle continued, and subsequent 2 notices for work to rule brought in relief without resorting to action. IRTSA joined the railwaymen in the general strike in 1974 for the major common demands, especially the bonus. There was a large-scale victimization of railwaymen, including many technical supervisors, with many of IRTSA office bearers and active members including late Engineer S.C. Gupta, Engineer J.N. Rao, Engineer Harchandan Singh, Engineer Jyoti Banerjee, Engineer A.C. Bhattacharya, late Engineer K. Sampath, late Engineer K.N. Kuntu, and Engineer Tapan Banerjee being jailed, suspended, removed or dismissed from service. It took many years of struggle in courts and elsewhere to get the victimization fully vacated, mostly after the change of government at the centre in 1977. During this period, IRTSA intensively toured to distribute the relief to the victimized technical supervisors every month for the entire period of removal, which was raised from the members. Foundation Day of IRTSA is celebrated as National Integration Day by all units and subunits on 27 November every year.
Our Foundation Day is celebrated as National Integration Day. We all assemble for 5 minutes. The respective head of the department of the institution will administer the oath of solidarity to all the employees.
IRTSA fought and won 3 prestigious cases in the CAT for the grant of Group B status for senior technical supervisors and higher pay scales for the charge men in CAT New Delhi and incentive bonus for the SE and SSE in CAT Bombay.
Similarly, gentlemen, when the supervisors were refused to be brought under incentive scheme, we succeeded in 1965 itself for inclusion of charge men in the incentive scheme. Originally it was meant for only workmen, but we got it done, extended to the charge men. Today we got the same incentive to the senior supervisors also in workshops after prolonged struggle of more than 30 years. And regarding whenever we were not covered by the WCA and we got the hut on duty allowance and we were brought under WCA. These are all some of the achievements. Whenever we spent in the training period was not included as a qualifying service, we got it done. 1/3 of the supervisors are working in escadre post who were not paid incentive. We fought and got 15% PCO allowance in 1975 itself, and now as a percentage of basic salary, which is the greatest achievement. And those days the stagnation was a common affair. We fought with the administration and got the stagnation allowance to all our supervisors. Open line engineers, though working in night duty, they will not get any allowance. We fought with the administration, got the night duty allowance.
It represented the grievances before the Railways administration at all levels, including the 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th and 7th pay commissions. IRTSA organized mass movement for the betterment of technical supervisors and held rallies, dharnas, relay fasts and work to rule to highlight the plight of technical supervisors. Integrated Technical Forum was formed as a wing of IRTSA to conduct technical, social and recreational activities. Conducting coaching classes for various selections, that is Group B, Apprentice JE, SSE, Technicians and ACT Apprentices. Publishing of guides for the above selections. Conducting interaction meeting of field supervisors in the presence of GM, HODs and other officers. Conducting of seminars. Conducting debates.
The seminars that we organize for several occasions on different fields. Whenever railway needs our help, they tell us, and we organize seminars and also place our thoughts and our suggestion, valuable suggestion, many of our suggestion has been accepted by the Railway Ministry and implemented in cost reduction, in weight reduction, in speed upgradation, everything and every topic, because we are the field engineers, we are the nerve category for the Indian railway system. Whether the railway recognizes as nerve category or not, it is true that we are a nerve category, and we continue to serve the nation and Indian railway man till IRTSA exists, and IRTSA will exist forever until the railways are still there in Indian map.
Pongal Vira and other regional festivals, sports events like cricket tournament, etc. Social activities, medical awareness seminar, medical screening camps, blood donation camps, donation to the victims of natural disasters and during war, supply of relief materials to the victims of natural disasters. Engineers Day celebrations of IRTSA. Engineers Day is being celebrated by IRTSA on 15th September of every year on the birth anniversary of Engineering Father of the Nation, Bharat Ratna, Dr. Mokshagundam Vishveshwaraya. IRTSA has been able to make many achievements through continuous persuasion, representations and consistent struggle over the last 50 years. It has also been able to resolve many day-to-day problems of rail engineers by reducing victimization by the administration and frequent cases of manhandling and misbehavior by the workers, etc., through unity, greater awareness and better industrial relations with the administration and the unions at large. We all know that there is still a long way to go, and many of the major demands still remain unfulfilled, including time-bound promotions, career planning, Group B status, removal of anomalies in pay scales, and improvement in service conditions, etc. As such, the struggle must go on, and all rail engineers, especially the younger generation, must join the struggle effectively and with conviction to further strengthen IRTSA for the sake of their own future and that of the coming generations of rail engineers. Long live IRTSA! Long live Engineers Unity!
IRTSA completes 50 years of glorious existence. Oh, IRTSA crosses mighty years of struggles and salvations. It isn't easy building something out of nothing, and when the road ahead's a rocky one. But if we gather all our courage and convictions and hold our dreams up high, the challenge will be won. So now we look around us and we see IRTSA built with hard work by you and me, leadership and teamwork right down to the core. Our breath, our heart, our IRTSA. Our breath, our heart, our IRTSA. Our breath, our heart, our IRTSA. IRTSA witnessed engineer smiles during its long journey of 1,000 million miles. Amazing as it seems, IRTSA had a dream, and yes, still we are dreaming as the best is yet to come. As long as we will go. So now we look around us and we see IRTSA ensures dignity to you and me, unity and strength right down to the core. Our breath, our heart, our IRTSA. Our breath, our heart, our IRTSA. Our breath, our heart, our IRTSA. Long live IRTSA. Long live Engineers Unity. Long live IRTSA. Long live Engineers Unity. Long live IRTSA. Long live Engineers Unity. Long live IRTSA. Long live Engineers Unity.